Hello one and all, this is Hybridsteel. Thank you very much for joining me in today's Hydroneer video. So today is something a little bit different. I'm not here trying to break another 5-minute record of how much I can earn. I'm not here to basically show you something that will go, oh yeah, check it out, I'm doing the same thing as I have done the last week or so. So what I'm here to show you is just something a little bit different. Now, if you click the thumbnail, that means you're here for something different, which is all good. So I'm going to do a little bit of backstory. I'm sort of known for doing big builds, right? That's pretty much me on Hydroneer. We started off making a tutorial build, which was like literally 6 ram drills into 2 harvesters, and that earns a good amount of money to start with. It also helps if you're low on like crystal blocks and bits and pieces, and you can make your own stuff, and it's all good. Then we made up to the 200. We're now at 200 ram drills. I can't go any higher because the computer just cannot take it. It's like that bit in Star Trek. We just do not have the power. In this instance, I don't have the power. I need a 2080 graphics card and a Ryzen 9. I need a big processor, let's put it that way. So what I did was I built something just completely different for fun. Now, the reason why I built this is, number one, I wanted to see if it was possible to make a build based on having no conveyor belts, aside from the sorters, because we need sorters to actually do this. I mean, you could just run every single gem into a big bucket and be happy and just melt everything to death and basically know that you're going to create something at some point. You're not sure what it is, probably going to be metal. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to create something that didn't involve a conveyor belt system. The conveyor belts at the end are literally just how everybody has to end anyway. That's all good. So what we have here is one harvester and a bit of metal tin. Now, the reason why we put the box around it is because, well, you know, things spit out and go in random directions in this game. So we built a box around it. But apart from that, this layout is very simple. A harvester and lots of stuff above us. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. Now I've got to go up my really big ladder, and we've got to go and turn the ram drills on. So up here, you will see 76 ram drills. 76 ram drills, all firing in unison to the one harvester. And it can cope. That's the best thing about this build. It can cope. But it does come with one major flaw. Now, when I say major flaw, if you're not using mods and you can't deal with clumping, the way that you would deal with this is to use a magnet staff. The way that I would deal with it is I just basically hit this button and it deletes everything that isn't nailed down. So this is the major problem. Now, with the tin roof, a suggestion came through before the 1.3 update came in that tin roofs and the tin slanted roof needs to have less friction, so we can use it in builds. This was I was good for, because as you can see, the balls of dirt just roll down this stuff without stopping. But when you get to the roof section, which I've had to use these corner sections, it starts to build up. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of build up now. This is the only issue with the entire build. The rest of it, the whole build just works. No issues. 12 shard blocks, 76 ram drills, and 1 harvester. And that is literally the whole build. Now, what I wanted to get into this was I didn't want to build like another machine where I sat there going, wow, look how much I can earn in 5 minutes. Because in fairness, it gets a little bit boring, doesn't it? But as you can see with this works without using a conveyor belt. This works without using a massive amount of drills or like problems or big things that are going to cause my frame rate to drop out the arse of the earth. What I have created is something that is simple but effective and only works on one harvester. I haven't seen anybody else really go down a creative route to build anything like amazing. I mean, yeah, okay, having a monolith of ram drills looks impressive, but it is literally the same old thing. Ram drill, harvester, conveyor belt, sorter. That's how we all build our machines. Look, ram drill, harvester, conveyor belt, sorter. Ram drill, harvester, conveyor belt, sorter. That's all of our builds. What I'm getting at is that Minecraft has this huge open world thing where people can try whatever they like. I mean, admittedly, yes, Minecraft has a lot more like openness about the whole game, but Hydroneer lets you build what you like within its means of what we have to build with. That's why I built this. At the end of the day, I built this not to prove a point of like how much I can earn in 5 minutes, but it's more how much fun I had actually building this machine. The difference is that I haven't gone down that same route. Well, I sort of have. Ram drill, harvester, sorter. But I've cut out the conveyor belts, I've cut out all the extra bits and pieces that we normally use, and it's back to simplicity, but in a little bit more of a fun way. Creating something that creates patterns and flows and all the different ways that the sort of like the dirt can rumble around. Makes you appreciate the game a little bit more when you actually see it moving instead of just being sorted out and just being thrown into a crucible. Little things happen in this game where you can't explain them, but at the same time it adds a little bit more of a creative streak to the person making the build. I spend a lot of time looking at other people's builds. I'm a community helper on the Hydroneer Discord, link in the description box below. I'm always looking on YouTube for different builds. I'm always looking in the community for different builds, and we're all sort of doing the same thing. Now, one of the suggestions I got was, oh, how about 100 Goliath drills? It's it's not an original idea anymore. There is a person in the community board now who runs 126 Goliath drills. Basically, he has a huge plant, and it's only just started. He makes 1.5 million every 10 minutes, much more money than I do. But at the end of the day, he was the first person to breach 100 Goliath drills. I don't really want that record. I'm quite happy just dithering about on the game, which is why this exists. This build exists because at the end of the day, I wanted to try something different. I didn't want to have the most amount of money. I didn't want to have the biggest build possible. What I've done is I've made a little bit of fun. It's like being in a lottery machine down here. All the balls are trying to get through the one small hole, and unfortunately, yes, they're going to build up a little bit, but that's just one of the downsides to this build. The corners need the friction turned down, but that's all it is. This is just a bit of fun. It's just something that I decided one day that, hey, screw it, let's just try something different. And that's what I want out of people now. It's all good seeing people progress in this game and sort of learning how to do this, that, and the other. And that's why I built the guides as well, to show you how to play this game. But from the point that guide ends, you can do whatever you like. Make something that's different. Make something that genuinely has something that is going for it that no one else has thought of. To this day, and I say to this day, I haven't seen anybody else do this. Now, I have got plans to make this a little bit bigger and so on and so forth, but we'll see how that goes. But at this precise moment in time, I have not seen anybody else try anything different apart from the normality. The normality of making one conveyor belt that flows through all your stuff and goes into a sorter. This is the first time I've seen anybody use anything but conveyor belts. And this was me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to be yeah, look at me, Mr. Big Shot. Because I'm not Mr. Big Shot. I'm just somebody who decided to try something different. And I actually had fun making this instead of doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. So if this build has helped you sort of go, oh my god, I could try that instead, go out and please do it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you go out and do it, then it makes the world a better place. The creativeness comes from people. The way that we look at objects within this game become a little bit different, because at the end of the day, you're trying something different. So how about it? Join the Hydroneer Discord, go into the media section and post a different build, something that nobody else has done, something that you haven't seen built yet. Become an original instead of the copy. Go off and try something a little bit different. And I guarantee you'll enjoy the game a bit more because you're thinking outside the normality of box. You're thinking outside the reason of why we're playing this game. The main reason for playing this game is to make money. But apart from making money, there is no real thing that you can achieve in this game apart from having a big pile of money. So how about becoming something different? Building a design that makes itself different from anything else you've seen. So I hope this video has inspired you to try something else on Hydroneer. Or even if it's just a game that has nothing to do with Hydroneer, but you want to try something different within the game anyway. Try it, be happy, and enjoy yourself. If this video has inspired you to create something different, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you think of this machine and what else that you can try within this game as well. Maybe a suggestion in the comment section is something that I pick up on the next one, but we'll see how things go. But at the end of the day, guys, this is Hydroneer. This is Hybridsteel as well, and if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notifications button below for all other updates. If you do want to help out with this channel now, I have a merch store, and that's in the description box below. You can become a member of this channel, which pays the channel a couple of £1 a month, and then that basically goes towards new games and maintenance on the computer and so on and so forth. Every single penny that I get from merch and everything else goes back into this channel, so if you do feel like getting anything, hit it down there, it's all good. But until then, until my next video, guys, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Peace out, have fun, and enjoy everything you guys do. And don't forget, think outside the box and think else what you can make to make Hydroneer a better experience for you. Peace out.